Welcome to our latest Kids Talk. Now, these are called Kids Talks, but whether you are 2 years old or 22 years old or 102 years old, we are all learning about the same amazing King Jesus and his amazing miracles. Today's miracle is all about food. Jesus took a very small amount of food and turned it into a feast. But that's not all he did. Let's watch today's miracle together.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus feeds the 5,000. This is Jesus,
Hey-o!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. While Jesus was on earth, he taught everyone about God's love. He did many miracles and healed people of their sickness.
Oh, hey, everyone!
A huge crowd kept following him wherever he went because they saw his miraculous signs as he healed the sick. A crowd started to gather around Jesus. There were 5,000 men and many more women and children. Turning to Philip, he asked,
Hey, Philip!
"Where can we buy bread to feed all these people?" You see, Jesus was testing Philip, for he already knew what he was going to do. Philip replied, "Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to feed them."
Hey, I got an idea.
Then Andrew spoke up. "There's a young boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good is that with this huge crowd?" Jesus said, "Tell everyone to sit down."
Right, everyone, sit down.
Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks to God, and gave them to the people.
Here you go.
Afterward, he did the same with the fish. And they all ate as much as they wanted.
Want some more?
I'm all good, thanks.
After everyone was full, Jesus told his disciples, "Now gather the leftovers, so that nothing is wasted."
You got it.
So they picked up the pieces and filled 12 baskets with scraps, left by the people who had eaten from the 5 barley loaves and 2 fish.
Jesus really is amazing, isn't he? He took such a small amount of food, some bread and some fish, and turned it into a banquet. There was so much that the huge crowd had enough, and there was leftovers. They were full, and there was leftovers. Jesus can do amazing things, and we need to trust him that he can do those things. In our story, Philip was asked by Jesus, how can they feed everyone? And Philip, forgetting that he was with Jesus, said, it couldn't be done. It's impossible. But nothing is impossible with God. And Jesus showed that, didn't he? When he turned that small amount of bread and fish into a huge feast. Philip forgot to trust in Jesus, didn't he? And we do that too sometimes. Jesus did an amazing miracle in today's true story. And he also reminded his followers then, like Philip and like Andrew, and us today, that we can trust him always. Let's put our hands together, close our eyes, and pray to God. Dear God, we thank you that we can trust you always. We are sorry when we forget to trust you. Help us to trust in you and in your Son Jesus even more every single day. Amen. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to eat my feast, and I'll see you next week for another miracle of Jesus.